They were the architects of life, the sculptors of worlds, and the harbingers of our destruction. But what if the greatest secret about the engineers isn't where they came from, but what they did to where they came from? What if their homeworld isn't just lost, but erased? For decades, humanity has only seen fragments of the engineers, their sacrifice on primordial Earth, their devastating bioweapons on LV-223, their chilling judgment on Planet 4. We've theorized about their motivations, their technology, their very existence. But the true key to understanding these cosmic gods lies in a place even they tried to forget. A place of unimaginable power and unspeakable horror. This is the story they don't want you to know. The story of the Engineer Homeworld. And by the end of this, your perception of creation and annihilation will be changed forever. Our journey begins not with destruction, but with creation. The opening scene of Prometheus, an engineer on a desolate, beautiful world, consuming the black goo, dissolving into the river, seeding life. We always assumed this was Earth. But what if it wasn't? What if this was their world? A sacrificial ritual, perhaps a desperate attempt to reset their own dying ecosystem. Think about it. Why would a species with interstellar travel need to seed life on a distant planet in such a primal, arduous way when they had far more advanced methods? The official story tells us they were benevolent gods, spreading life. The files, however, tell a different tale. Next, we look to LV-223, the infamous moon where the Prometheus crew found their terrifying answers. A military installation, a bioweapons factory, not a homeworld. Yet within those colossal temples, we saw murals, a xenomorph on the wall, an undeniable connection, and the black goo contained in vast urns. Why would a species developing such devastating biological agents keep them so close to, well, something vital? The architecture, the scale, the sheer number of engineers frozen in time by their own creation. It speaks of a catastrophic event, yes, but also of a profound significance to that location. It's too grand for just an outpost. What if LV-223 was not just a testing ground but a mirror, a dark reflection of a greater truth? Then came Planet 4, the true Engineer Homeworld revealed in Alien Covenant, a beautiful, serene, yet utterly silent world populated by what looked like their very creators, until David's horrific unleashing of the black goo. But here's the critical detail. These weren't the same engineers. Their advanced technology was absent. Their vast, powerful spaceships were gone. These were simply the inhabitants. Their history, their technology, their empire, all wiped away. David didn't just kill a population, he erased a legacy. But who erased it before him? And why were these engineers so primitive compared to the ones we saw in Prometheus? This is where the story truly deviates from what we've been told. We've been led to believe the engineers were a monolithic unified race, a singular will guiding creation and destruction. That is the lie. The key, hidden in plain sight, is that the engineers were not one civilization. They were fractured, divided. The sacrificial engineer, the weaponized engineers of LV-223, and the primitive inhabitants of Planet 4, they represent a cosmic schism, a civil war on an unimaginable scale. The Engineer Homeworld wasn't destroyed by an outside force, it was destroyed by themselves. A faction so obsessed with biological perfection, with cleansing, that they turned their weapons inward upon their own kind. Project Nightingale wasn't just a bioweapon initiative for Earth, it was an internal purge, a cosmic cleansing of their own imperfect creations. The true Engineer Homeworld, the vibrant, technologically advanced core of their civilization, was not Planet 4. It was the original point of their catastrophic experiment. They achieved technological godhood, manipulating life at a genetic level. But in their hubris, they developed the black goo, not as a weapon for others, but as a tool of self-correction, a cosmic reset button for their own evolutionary failures. The sacrificial engineer in Prometheus wasn't seeding Earth, he was atoning. He was performing a ritualistic cleansing of a colony of engineers who had deviated from the true path. And the disaster on LV-223? That wasn't just a failed attack on Earth. It was the final battle. The last stand against a rogue faction of engineers who sought to unleash their ultimate creation, the xenomorph. Not on humanity, but on their own kind. What the files don't tell you is that the xenomorph was never truly intended for humanity. It was the engineers' final solution for themselves. A brutal, perfect organism designed to cull the weak, to purge the imperfect, to wipe the slate clean when their own species became too human. The ultimate form of self-annihilation, refined in the crucible of their own fallen homeworld. The original Engineer Homeworld wasn't lost, it was cleansed by their own hand. Their legacy now a warning. The price of playing God is often paying for it with everything. The silence on Planet 4, the ruins of LV-223, the fragmented myths across countless star systems, they all point to this same terrifying truth. A civilization so advanced it engineered its own demise in a desperate, horrifying quest for purity. The files stop there, but the questions remain. If they were so willing to turn their ultimate weapon on themselves, what does that say about the threat we pose to their fragile, fractured ideology? It's up to us to find what they buried. What have you seen? What fragments of this forbidden history have you uncovered? Share your findings below. The greatest secrets are often hidden in plain sight.